Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Buffet. It's so fucking good to be back! Today, I am alone and I'll be discussing Doom the Dark Ages. Where the fuck have I been, right? Okay, there is a long explanation and a short explanation. I will give the long one because I want more time. I want to, explain myself because I feel like I deserve to give you guys that at least. It's been 4 months since our last hour. I say hour, but the last Media Buffet episode. Last Media Buffet episode to come out was episode 481, Iron Man Season 2. That came out April 12th, 2026. Genuinely speaking, where the fuck have I been, right? That's like the big thing. Where have I been? Good question. That's a very good question. I could give so many explanations for where I have been. The big one really is it's not burnout. Okay. To put it simply, it wasn't burnout. It wasn't looking at the big backlog we've gotten and deciding fuck that, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna restart the whole thing. No, we are over 150 episodes behind. I want to make that very, very clear. We are behind in a sense that we will probably never be able to do this. Never. I don't know if never, but it's gonna be one of the most daunting challenges in my life to get over 150 episodes out by the end of the year. Catch up. It'll take me until at least October or November, every day recording, for this to become a reality. I need to make that very, very clear. It's gonna take me a long fucking time. But I am willing to do this. I am willing to do this because I am clinically insane. That's legitimately the only reason. I am clinically insane. Every other person, every normal human being, would look at the state that they're in right now, the state I'm in right now, and look at the tremendous backlog that they have and kill themselves. I'm not even going I'm not even saying that as a joke. If I was normal, I would look at this and kill myself. There's two options here: kill yourself or quit. What the fuck do you want, right or duet? Holy shit, don't care. Because there's just there's nothing else to do here, right? Everyone would look at this and go fuck, I'm so behind. I'm almost for the record, we are almost a year behind on episodes, thanks to today. Today we're not going to be. We postponed that by at least 6 days ish, right? No, 4 days ish, around there. Because 19. This episode was supposed to come out August 19th, 2025. So, depending if this comes out on the 17th, which I hope it does, then we'd be 6 days ahead of being a year off. I promise that we won't be gone 4 months. If we're gone for any stretch of time, it won't be 4 months. I can promise you that. Hopefully, I think I said that the last time that we're not going to be gone for 3 months. And then we were gone for longer. I think this is our longest time away from the podcast, which is insane. I hope it doesn't happen ever again. But I've genuinely missed this, and the explanation that I owe you guys is something that will sound stupid. There is no good explanation around this. It just sounds stupid. the reason why it took so long to get this episode out and like record, go back to doing what I was doing, is because I didn't want to grind Pokemon Yellow. Yes, I'm like, also y'all know, I am doing a playthrough of all of the Pokemon games alongside a lot of other gaming franchises. So I'm doing that, and I hit a wall in Yellow where let's bring up the example, right? I'm always going to Cerebi. If you guys don't know, Kanto everyone knows fucking Kanto. Like, if you're not a Pokemon fan, if you're a Pokemon fan and you haven't played Kanto, what are you doing? But in Red, which is the first one I played, I had to grind some to get to the specific gym leader of Koga. Koga has a big level gap between him and Erica. That's kind of the usual. Where am I? Man, fuck Bulbapedia. Where is he? In Red and Blue. Here we go. Okay, so between Erica and Koga, there's kind of a big gap. Weezing is his highest level at level 43, around there. And in Red, I had to grind to get to that level 43. I don't know if I grinded level 43 or 45, whatever. Point is, it's not that big. It's not as big of as a jump. Let me go to Erica. Can you fucking stop? Thank you. Let me go to Erica. Right. Red. And her gym. 29. Like, it's not that big of a jump. It's a 14 level jump, sure, from like her highest in red, green, and blue. Well, yeah, red, green, and blue. And Koga's highest, but it's not. You do a lot of stuff between those two that it doesn't really matter. In Yellow, she's a bit higher. She's level 30 to 32. But it's a minuscule jump, right? It's a minuscule jump between Erica in Red and Erica in Yellow. Koga is absurd, dude. Koga's fucking absurd. Koga goes from having like his highest be 43 to 50. Now, like, this doesn't sound that bad, right? But when you look at it, his lowest in Yellow is one level higher than his highest in Red. Why? and the thing is, he has a much less threatening team in Yellow. It's all Venonat and Venom. In like his ace is Venomoth. It's all very non-threatening. I could have killed him easily. The problem is that Sabrina is, I think, the same levels as him. So I need to grind for her, and I need to grind for the fighting against Giovanni, and all that stuff. So best to just get her out of the way right here and then. Yeah, her entire team's level 50 in Yellow. But in comparison, it is the same level as Koga in Red and Blue. Why this jump is here? It's an 18 level jump. It's an 18 level jump at most. Actually, at most, it's a 20 level jump between Erica and Koga. Why? So I had to grind to level 50. The grind to level 50 is so fucking exhausting, man. It took me. I don't know how long it took me. It took me 4 months to get it all done. But for comparison, I beat Red in 32 hours. I stopped grinding in Yellow at 61 hours. I don't know. I was in that. I had only one place to grind those levels, and it was at the edge of Future City. where there's Doduo, Fearow, Raticate, Rattata, and Spearow all around level 22 to 26. Around there. So those are the Pokemon I had to fight to get to level 50. It took me ages to get there. And I didn't want to do it. So I found ways out of it. And one of the things I did was I watched a lot of stuff, like catching up on stuff that came out this year. So I've seen Fallout Season 2, which technically came out last year, but it ended in this year, so I counted it as something that ended this year. I watched Wonder Man. If you've been following me on my social, on my like review sites, you've probably seen me talk about some stuff. I've seen Return to Silent Hill. I've seen Mortuary Assistant. I've seen Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff. But that was mainly because I was bored and didn't get to watch a lot of stuff because of the podcast. And, like, pushing it aside, you know? So, like, yeah, I watched it, and sure, you can say, like, oh, Mercury, you're not gonna get to those to doing those episodes in a long time, and you'd be right. I won't be getting to those episodes in a long time. I just want to watch something, man, and even here, like, I finished Doom so long ago. Like, it didn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, that's that. That's the reason I didn't want to grind yellow. So I said to myself, okay, I'm not gonna grind yellow until I'm done catching up with shit from this year. End of May comes and Spider Noir comes out, and I take 2 months to finish Spider Noir. So I'm like, okay. I look at that and I go, I'm probably not gonna be able to do this in a timely manner. So what I decided to split those two. So I'm catching up on shit from this year, and I'm doing this. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I would have gotten the episode out earlier if I didn't. But, you know, sometimes things are clear with hindsight. And sometimes you do things that you didn't think you would do. So, yeah. That's that. That's actually straight up the reason why I just didn't. I just didn't. I just didn't record episodes. It was because I didn't want to grind yellow, so I postponed everything to not grind yellow. And now I did it, and now I beat Koga, which is what I wanted to do. I want to beat one gym leader between every recording, or like everything I do in like the schedule and shit. But man, I hit that roadblock. I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta grind. And I did, and I actually managed to grind it up in like less than a week. Like, it took me like 3 days. Not 3 days, I think it was longer than that. But still, like, I did it in a very quick time, like a very short time frame. So I don't know what the fuck came over me and told me to not do this shit. But, you know, whatever. Whatever, I'm back. I've got to be back, and yeah, I know that, again, like I said, anyone would contemplate suicide looking at the immense backlog that they have before them. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'm not normal. I'm insane. And I look at that and I'm like, fuck. Yes, I get to yap. And you guys know, I love to yap so much. I don't, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't get to talk about things to people, man. I watch so much shit, I don't get to talk about it to people. So you guys are stuck with me. Talking for a long, long time, and it is going to be glorious. And to celebrate this grand return, I might just get this one out before anything. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll record this episode and then immediately like upload it as soon as it's done. I might do that, just like a little like hey, I'm coming back, and then tomorrow, or maybe not. Maybe I'll publish the rest. You know, depends. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'll do. But it's good to be back. And I'm doing Doom Dark Ages right now, so let's get into that. I do need to update the talking points thing, my talking points document, because I think I stopped putting that up. Like a few. Yep. I haven't updated it since I finished Spider Noir, I think. Since I took so long on that. So I gotta get on. Oh no, I definitely haven't up. I'm not sure. Hold on. I think is Interstellar on here? I don't know. No, I don't think. Okay. So since I watched Interstellar, by the way. Also, I should probably say like I've been around. If you've been paying attention to maybe the list of Nintendo Switch 2 page on Wikipedia, I've been adding shit to there, which is nice. I've been one of I think one of the top editors, like at least maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've been doing a lot. I've been learning how to do this shit. And it's been fun. It's been a fun little side quest I've been on to document every game coming to Switch 2. It's fun. I do this mainly for Switch 2 not because I'm a Nintendo dick rider or anything, but I mean, I like the console. And it's a new console, so I get to do this instead. Like I get to do this a lot easier, not just like the Switch where I has like 14,000 games and shit. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. That's not fun. Yeah, here I can do that. I can do it. It's pretty much a lot of just normal games, not like, you know, all the shovelware that gets put on the fucking Switch, like Rat Comedy bought Hentai World on in an episode. I forgot when it was, but it was a bit ago. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into the actual episode. No more like talking shit. Yeah, I need to update this this list of talking points, but good thing I have Doom ready to go. And I don't remember, I haven't forgotten much because I beat the game this year. Okay, so Doom: The Dark Ages is the prequel game to the new Doom trilogy that came out. That started coming out. That started with Doom 2016, which, by the way, we are going to do the same thing that we're doing with Pokemon and Legend of Zelda and Metroid. I think I mentioned it. Whenever this comes out, either the day of, or maybe if I decide to give you guys a little treat and have this come out earlier than those episodes, just because, you know, to say I'm back and everything. One of the next episodes is going to be the Zelda, Zelda 1986 episode. So get your SP for that one. That one's going to be next. So yeah, I'll be starting my run of Zelda. My retrospective on Zelda. Also, I decided to include all the spin-off games for each franchise that I can access. Not like it's just like in general, like, so I'll be not counting CDI games and shit. I'm not doing that for Zelda, and for Metroid, I'm gonna be doing Prime Hunters. I'm gonna be doing Metroid Prime Pinball, and I'm gonna be doing Federation Force. So yeah. But for Zelda, it's specifically gonna be Cadence of Hyrule and the Hyrule Warriors games that I'm really also like Picross. Don't ask me why I'm doing Picross, but I'm just doing Picross. But yeah, that's gonna be one of the next few episodes. And I already finished Zelda 1, so you're not gonna be waiting for me to to get on that. But yeah. Doom is going to be starting its own like series, and I'll be playing through all the Doom games, including some of like the expansions and shit. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages is a prequel to 2016, Doom 2016, which is technically this technically makes it like it takes place after, I think it's like the fourth game in the timeline. Because it's Doom, then Doom 2, then Doom 64, then Doom the Dark Ages, then Doom 2016, and then Doom Eternal. Also, a lot of things have happened since the year that it's been since this game came out, and like us talking like in the 4 months especially. I feel sorry for the guys that got laid off. Like half the studio got laid off. I'm hoping that doesn't mean that we won't see another Doom game in the future. They did say that Microsoft did say that they wanted to focus on Doom and Quake, which is weird to me. That Quake was going to be that Quake is in the conversation. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't mean that we won't get another Doom game. They said that they're back like the amount of people they had at when Doom 2016 came out. Which sure, that was a phenomenal game. That was a fantastic game. And I'm gonna replay it for the podcast, of course. But it's sad because like so many people, so much talent is just gone. Not that they're dead or anything, but they're not in the studio anymore, so they won't be able to make a bigger, better game. And they'll have to downscale for the next one, which that's I mean, there's going to be a next Doom game, which I assume there's going to be a next Doom game. I just don't know what's going to look like. But yeah, no. A lot of stuff, lots of has happened in the last few months that I haven't been there. I haven't given my opinion on if you're not in the right circles. But yeah, so Doom. I was very excited for this game to come out. I saw a lot of controversy. Oh, it's $80. I'm pretty sure I paid $70 for it. I didn't pay $80 for it. I don't know about you guys. I didn't pay $80 for it. I paid a good $70 for this game. And I gotta say, it is the best $70 I've spent on a game. I don't think I've bought a lot of $70 games. The only ones I've bought that are like $70, like specifically bought $70 versions of, are Marvel Spider-Man 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Doom Dark Ages. And Doom Dark Ages is the best out of those three. I don't know what to say. That's just the staggering reality of it. It is the best $70 I spent on a premium game. So let's talk about it, right? I've been a big. This isn't my first Doom game. I've been a big Doom fan for a while since 2016 came out. I think it's why a lot of people became big Doom fans. So I was very excited for this game. I was very excited when this got revealed back in 2024. It's been a long time. And yeah, I played it up to release. Like I played it on release. I was gonna 100% it in one run. I didn't get to do that because of course I got behind on the podcast. So I just did as much as I could, and then I'm gonna come back to it and then platinum it, because the platinum isn't even that difficult. So I'm gonna go back and platinum it at some point, probably after I'm done with this bullshit. But yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say. So I finished it earlier this year. I don't remember when. It's gonna say it's on my backlogged. Which, if you want to see a bunch of games that I played, I played through the Star Fox game. That was like the last game I played through. Yep. Fuck. Where is it? Here it is. Does it say for me? Where is my review? There it is. Nope. Shit. It's probably in a journal. This is so weird. There we go. Yeah, so I beat it on February 2026. So that was 6 months ago. I beat it 6 months ago. That's not okay. Here it is. Started it on May 14th, 2025 and finished it in May. In February, sorry. But yeah. So, it took me a long time because I wanted to, get this shit out of the way, but the fucking hell. Fucking hell, right? So I just finished it. Yeah, no. Nothing really, again, none of that was bad. It's just like, I got behind on this shit, and then I'm behind some more. So, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Let's get into the actual review. Let's get into, the actual meat and potatoes of this game. Starting off with what we always start off with, the visuals. The game looks very good. I think it's very hard to make a not good-looking AAA game. If you're not really if you're trying not to, then sure, I guess. But I think it's hard to make a game that doesn't look good without if you even if you don't have the proper funding. I don't know. It's not difficult to make a game that looks good in the modern day and age. This game looks very, very good. It's not a big departure from what Doom Eternal looked like. What the fuck? The thing that it has, the thing that, it does more so than, what it changes basically is, my fucking dogs, bro. Miss those guys? Yeah, man. I fucking did too. Okay, yeah, no. What I was saying, it's hard to not make a good looking game in the modern day. Yeah, it's not a big departure from Doom Eternal. It is a little bit darker, mainly because of the setting that they went with in this game specifically, with the medieval stuff and all that, So yeah, no, it looks a little darker, but I mean, Doom Eternal ran on the same hardware as Doom 2016. I mean, Doom 2016 technically does run on the same hardware that it does, but whatever. Doom Eternal runs on the same hardware. The better you not metaphor, but use comparison would be, Dark Ages runs on the same runs on the same hardware that Eternal runs on, so it's not going to look that much different by itself. And it's only been, I mean, when this game came out and when Doom Eternal came out, it was a 5-year gap. Sure, that's around late gen, which is weird to say that now we're going into we're going to PS6 Xbox Helix territory with these game releases. But yes, we are at the end of the generation. I hope that they change it. I hope that we don't get it next year. I really need next gen to not come out next year. I desperately need next gen to not come out next year, because nobody's gonna buy a PS6 at $1,000. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna buy any of these consoles at $1,000. Not in the current market, not with these current prices. It's not gonna happen. The hardware we have right now is fine enough for what we need it to be. The hardware we have right now is good enough. We don't need better hardware. We need better optimization. And what we have now is good enough for that bullshit. It's good enough. We don't need any more. We don't need better graphics. I think we have as good enough graphics as we can get. We don't need we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. But yeah. Visual looks very good. I don't think I can really talk about the visuals a lot. All the effects look very good. I play this on the PS5, so you know, not the Pro. I think this game is enhanced for Pro. I don't have that. I'm not that much of a whale, but yeah, you know. Like it looks good. It looks good, but I think it's hard to make a game and not look good in the current market. All right, so let's get into the real meat and bones of this game, the gameplay. And there's two different things I want to talk about here with the gameplay. There's the Slayer gameplay, and then there's the Atlan/Dragon gameplay. Let's start with the Slayer. Let's start with the Slayer, right? The Slayer is so much fun, honestly. Let's start with the gunplay, which is what I have here. The gunplay is some of the most creative we've seen in this like game series. Doom 2016 had it like it added the upgrades you had to your gun. To your guns, and you could like swap them out in the middle of the battle, but a lot of times you just kind of used one. In Eternal, they added like stuff like, oh, you can use different weapons, and you have to use different upgrades and all that, and you know, and to gain the advantage against certain enemies and shit. Like that was cool. In this game, they just give you like fucking so many guns. It's insane. And they're all like different types. Like one of the ones that I use a lot was the chain shot, which with the chain shot there's an upgrade I think where you can like hit a shield and it hits everyone around it. Like it's used for like tenderizing kind of the shielding of an enemy. So it's done a lot because if you broke it or so, I think if you broke it, you just kept reloading. I'm pretty sure. I think that's how the upgrade went. I'm not sure. But yeah, you just kept like reloading. Or I think no, that wasn't it. It like if you did that, you hit a shot, and I think it either it hit or it broke something. It would just instantly send. It would like you would instantly get one already charged, and then you just keep throwing it. So that's what I did. So that was like one of my most used weapons in the game. But I like the other stuff. The super shotgun, of course, classic. Like in Eternal, there are no guns here that aren't used, like that don't fall out of your usage. Unless you don't like them. That is kind of the only reason why you would go like, yeah, I don't want to use this gun. For example, I didn't really use like the bone crushing weapons aside from like clearing out a lot of enemies, and I didn't use the BFC, which is the BFG equivalent of this game, because I just like clearing out a lot of enemies by myself. Because again, I'm insane. So I like doing that more than anything. But I liked how you have a lot of guns and you upgrade them and you get them into different you get them in different builds. I'm pretty sure you can like upgrade them to be fully maxed out in all aspects, but like you choose what you want that gun to end up as, which is really, really fun. Like I think you can do that in Doom Eternal as well, but in here it feels a lot more like fleshed out. Like this, like yeah, you build your own Slayer for this game and shit. Like I feel like, yeah, no, like I'm not saying that it makes you feel like the Slayer, but like it feels like you're your own Slayer and you play how you want and all that stuff. Like they have a grenade launcher here, which I didn't really use a lot because it's kind of unreliable, not really my thing. But you could definitely use it, and yeah, no, it's fun, and like I did use the rocket launcher a lot. That I did use, which was again pretty fun. Not didn't use it a lot, I don't think, but yeah, still fun. The sniper is like a it's like a nail, not nail gun, but like a like a nail gun pretty much. Like it shoots like stakes. Like it's very cool. That one's really cool, and I think I use that one a lot because like there's an upgrade where if you keep shooting like the little one, the one that doesn't shoot a lot, like that's not the sniper. Like it like the ones like that's like the assault rifle pretty much. If you stick enough like of those stakes into a demon, they like explode and hit everything around them. That was a cool one. That was a cool upgrade. See, that's what you mean. Like that's what I mean. Like there's different ways to play these guns, and I really like that. And there's also I don't know where to put it here or in some other stuff, but the melee. The melee, you have much more options than you had in previous games. In Doom 2016, melee was kind of a big thing. It dealt a lot of damage, and like it helped to get like glory kills and a pinch if you didn't have any ammo. Like it helped you a lot. And if you didn't have any like any charges on your chainsaw, like it helped. In Eternal, punching is not a thing. It's not a thing you do ever. And your only melee options are the Crucible, or whatever it's called in that game. I forget. But like the Crucible blade and the hammer in the Ancient Gods Part 2, which I haven't played. I haven't played Ancient Gods Part 2. I will get around to doing that in this like big retrospective of Doom I'm gonna do. I will get around to playing that, but it's not anytime soon. It's not anytime soon. So yeah. Yeah. The melee in this game is very fleshed out. You get different types of shit you can do. There's the normal gauntlets. There's kind of a I think it's blood punch equivalent here. There's also the Morning Star, which is cool. It's the one I used a lot. And then there's like the mallet. There's like the mace thing, which I didn't use a lot. I really didn't use that one a lot. The only thing I did was use the chain thing, because there's an upgrade where you can make it like make enemies on fire, and that drops shields, which is very useful in the fights with some demons. So yeah, no, it's very cool. That one's a really cool one. I like how much stuff you have at your disposal in this game. It feels very cool. Let's just actually no, I'm gonna make a different little thing here. Actually, right. No, I don't know how to do this. I'll just see. Right, yeah, there you go. Open world maps. Just put maps. Shit. There you go. Okay. I want to talk about the maps a little. Yeah, the gunplay is very good in this game, and that's one of my big highlights of it. I loved playing this game. like as the Doomslayer running around shit, like, and what you can like run around like break like just like have like this big impact on the ground and everything dies around you. That's so cool. It's so cool. One thing that they added for this game is a parry mechanic, which I have certain issues with. It's cool. It's a cool mechanic. It's a cool mechanic. And sometimes it does make the game a little bit easy, and it makes a lot of the enemies predictable. I have to say. Because sometimes, and it goes with one of my big complaints of the game. A lot of people say that this game is slow. This game definitely toned down the speed of Doom Eternal specifically. I don't mind it. It's a lot closer to like what Doom 2016 and like normal old Doom is, which I don't mind. I really don't mind. I liked it a lot. Sure, it doesn't have its speed, but you can like tweak around the game to make it how you want it to be. So you won't see me complaining about it that much. I didn't mind it. Sure, I still prefer Doom Eternal gameplay, but it's not a game. It's not this game doesn't have gameplay I dislike. I actively dislike. My problem is with what it does within the combat. Like, the combat's already slow. That's a given. Like, that's already a thing. And sure, I will take it at face value. It's slow already. Some fights are really good with this, There are some fights that just volley shit at you. And you have to, like, parry, you have to shoot, you have to use, like, different guns. It's so good. Like, the Cyber Demon fight, is very, very good at this. The Komodo fight is super good at this. But then there's some fights that just kind of drag. Like, the Agadon champion? Agadon Hunter. Yeah, Agadon Hunter. Which is what, like, the Slayer... Is it called Slayer Hunter? I'm not sure what it's called in Doom Eternal. It's what the... Is it called Slayer Hunter? Right, it's called the Doom Hunters, right. That's what the Doom Hunters in Doom Eternal are based on. Or, like, what they were originally. They're called the Agadon Hunters. And, this fight kinda sucks. Like, not because it's like bad or bullshit or anything. No. It just becomes a waiting game. That's like a lot of fights in this game. Like the fights with like the Pinky Rider and whatever. Like, it just becomes a waiting game. Like, the parry mechanic sometimes makes some fights just a waiting game of like waiting for them to do the move so you can actually attack. It's like, yeah, but like it slows down the combat a lot when it's already very, very slow. And that's why I see where people are coming from. Like, this type of combat isn't very good. Like, some fights just drag. Like, the fight against, like, the Vagary from, like, Doom 3, right? That is something terrible. Oh my god. What the fuck? Like, the Vagary is just kind of fucking waiting for him to do shit. It's like, okay, bro. Like, I had a Hunter too. Some of the boss fights are like, not like there's barely any boss fights, and I was like, Azrak is cool. Azrak is cool, even if he's not a little bit bullshit, but he's cool. I don't remember much about his fight, honestly. And there's I forgot his name, the fucking Fat Maker. I forgot his name. Oh, and there's and then there's like a bunch of different, there's like bosses in quotation marks where they just make Komodo champion or like Agadon champion and whatever. It's like, okay, bro. They're just like normal enemies that you fight earlier. Like Vagary champion, you fight earlier, and it like drops you. It's like, okay, bro. There aren't many like real bosses in the game, which is a big shame because Doom Eternal had a lot of very cool bosses, like sprinkled throughout, so they were cool. But like, this game doesn't have a lot of bosses. A lot of cool bosses that aren't just like repeats of shit. It's just kind of like, it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame. Doom 2016 has some very cool bosses, I gotta say. But yeah, no, this game just doesn't have very good bosses. Like 2 bosses I actually liked. Oh no! Oh wait, yeah, no. There's like a few bosses in this game. I was waiting for like when the great old one comes. It's like a fucking stupid ass fight. That fight sucks. Great old one, kind of blows. I feel like just kind of any fight in the dragon. I'll get to the dragon and like the Atlan and shit in a bit. I'll get around to those in a bit. But you know. And I don't know where I was. Had to take a little bit of a pause there, but like some fights are just waiting games. Some fights are paced correctly. It's just fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. And there's no good boss fights. It's just weird decisions with this combat style, but I like it. Something I didn't like a lot is the Atlan/Dragon gameplay. I think when I covered the developer direct, I don't know when I covered it, but when I did, I think we haven't been up to date since February, which tells me that I did cover that on time. So, Jesus. So when that was around, I think I said I like how like the dragon is it feels like old like Xbox shit, like Xbox 360, like PS3 like gameplay styles, but they didn't have the time or the technology to make it something like really really good. It just feels that way. It just feels that way. It's so weird. It's so like weird. It just feels like it just feels like it just feels like an Xbox 360 and PS3 underdeveloped mechanic. That's the best way I can describe it. It just feels that way. And that's really sad. I was really excited for these. And I heard like, oh, the Atlan and the dragon, like they were gonna have their own boss fights and their own weapons and their upgrades. And like, yeah, that's true, but they kinda suck. The dragon gets nothing. You're introduced to the dragon and you're introduced to all of its mechanics. And there's no progression in there. It's just that. You don't get anything aside from that from the dragon and like some like weird things the boss, but like in every single level you're doing with the dragon, it is the exact same shit. Like dead ass. Which is really, really a shame, but that's just reality. You're not doing much with the dragon. You really aren't. And the Atlan is all like the mech is almost more. It's almost more of an insult. I feel. The dragon, the mech, sorry, has almost good mechanics. You fight the same 3 enemies over and over and over again. I think you actually like the same 2 enemies over and over and over again in the mech, and you get like two weapons aside from the one. No, you get 2 weapons aside from the one that aside from your fists, which is what you mainly use. You get 2 weapons, and they are dropped immediately after you're done with the level. Why? Why is this? Why? Actually, why? Why is this how you're handling like the mech? Like when I heard that they were gonna do like upgrades and have their own bosses and shit, like I didn't think that they would suck ass. Like I said, Great Old One sucks. Great Old One just sucks. And like I fucking hell. Like the mech is just like the worst out of them all because like you get like 3 levels on it, right? And they're all the same shit. Basically, you're not doing much with the mech. And then you hop off. Like at least with the dragon like levels, you're only like flying around on the dragon and you still do stuff on the ground. With the mech, that is the entire fucking level. So fuck you. Pretty much. And I don't get it. This part of the game really drags it down a lot since this is not like you can't just skip over these parts. There are entire chapters dedicated to these mechanics. And they're just not iterated upon in any shape or form throughout the entire game. So it's like, well, it just sucks. I haven't played the DLC yet. That's gonna be its own episode. The DLC is gonna be its own episode. I do own the DLC because they put the deluxe edition on sale. Like the deluxe upgrade on sale for $11. So I got that shit cheap. But anyways, it's just the Owl and the Dragon kind of fucked suck, and they really dragged the game down. I'm not sure that's present in the DLC. I've heard the DLC is very, very good. It's like better than the game itself, which is I'm glad to hear. I already like this game a lot, but I feel like the Owl and the Dragon could have been easily fixed if they just made them like the Slayer. I know that's probably a lot to program in the game, and a lot of time in these mechanics, but like they deserve to be. If it's gonna be a main mechanic in your game, that you're going to make the players have to play through these parts of the game. You should put like a lot of attention to them, as much as the Slayer. Sure, maybe not as much, but like make it a little bit more interactive and it like more than just fly around and shoot shit, or go here, punch this, grab gun, shoot the gun for like 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, like 2 seconds, and then throw it away, and boom, you're done with the level. Why? Like why? I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. It's just super disappointing. It's just super disappointing. But yeah, the Owl and Dragon mech and the dragon kind of suck, kind of suck. And they're the biggest weakness this game has, and that's because again, they're so like integrated into the game that it doesn't let them, it doesn't let them. It's like it doesn't like it's not as fleshed out as it should be. So yeah, something I want to mention about the Slayer gameplay now that I forgot about it and I want to get like the Owl and Dragon stuff over with. is that some things aren't like, so some enemies are bullshit, like these spider demons, what are they fucking called? I forgot what they're called. It's the Doom Arachnotron, the Arachnotrons. They're kind of bullshit. Some of the things, and like, they just kind of just shoot shit at you, like a lot of the time, and you can't really block it, so it just breaks your defenses. It kind of fucking sucks. It kind of fucking sucks. They kind of fucking suck. And there's some other, like, sometimes like enemies just gang up on you, and you're like, fuck me, fuck me, and you just break your shield, and you can't do much. You can't do much. And some of that is because of the maps, and this game does something different than other Doom games, and it has big ass maps, and you have to explore. It's kind of like old Doom, but big map. There's a lot of cool shit. Sometimes you're running around with your dick in your hand, not seeing shit, and it's like, fuck this. Like, a lot of times, like, I gotta go find this piece of gold, and it's a middle of bumfuck nowhere place, and you're running around the whole map trying to discover where you fucking didn't see shit. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god, bruh. It just kinda sucks. That's not a big weakness. The big maps are just kind of too big, and there's not a lot to do in them. It's not that I needed like a whole open world mechanic. I definitely don't want that in shooters at all. But like, sometimes just running around there and you don't know what to do, you don't know where you're going, and they're just too big for their sake. I feel they're just too big for their sake, and they're not the best. They're not the best. So yeah, I want to talk about the maps. So yeah, that's like the gameplay as a whole. Next up would be the story. And I'm just gonna say right now, all of this doesn't really fucking matter. Nobody plays Doom for the story. I saw a review on Backlogged, which I found out recently, and not recently, like a few months ago, actually. When the whole debate of if watching something, like if you have to play games to be a fan of something, and that's fucking absurd. By the way, the fact that, okay, how I would equate it is that it's if it's like, oh yeah, I like that film if you've watched it only through clips. Like, if you saw a movie through like movie clips, for example, where they put like a lot, like a certain number of clips in there, and that's how you watch the movie, you didn't watch the fucking movie, right? Like, that's not like you watched a series of clips that sure are maybe in chronological order, but they're not the movie. You didn't watch the fucking movie. It's like now, like if you doom scroll enough through fucking Twitter, or like you go on the video, you get like an AI overview, an AI voice going over like the crux of an episode or like a movie, like, and you say, oh yeah, I watched that movie because I watched an AI, like some guy talk, like some AI talk about it. No, you fucking didn't. The same thing goes for games. Like if you watch a playthrough of a game, you didn't play the game, you didn't experience the game. You cannot be a fucking fan of it. Not that you can't be a fan of it, but you can't call yourself somebody who has like I misinput, misinput. Calm down, the fucking misinput. But like, you can't call yourself somebody who has experienced the thing. Who was like, yeah, I've played the games. No, the fuck you haven't. You haven't experienced the games, because games in and of itself are like they're an interactive medium. You didn't interactive shit. Like, you didn't do shit. You only watched it in a third, like, you only watched the cutscenes, and sure, you can say, like, the cutscenes were good and shit, like, yeah, but, like, you didn't experience it. And sometimes, cutscenes aren't enough to, like, supplement the experience. Sometimes key plot points are in gameplay. This, like, it shouldn't be that hard to fucking understand. If you didn't experience something, you can't say you did. My God, whatever. Sorry for doing the soldier keeps fighting after 27 years or whatever the fuck. But that's just the fucking reality of it, you know. I have to rant. Anyways, I saw a review that said that the story, like, one of the critiques, I think they gave it a very low rating. It's like one of the critiques, like, the story wasn't good. Yeah, you're not fucking playing Doom for the story, my man. You're playing it to beat the shit out of demons. You're beating it to rip demons in half. That's all it is. It doesn't need a good story. There are things that don't need good stories. Doom is one of them. Doom does not need a good story to function as a game. It needs a good gameplay. Like, that's the thing. If you watch the Doom the Dark Ages story, like, just cutscenes by itself, you are gonna be like, that was okay. That was okay. Like, the story's gonna blow you away or anything. It's just, it was okay. Was it good? It was okay. But then you play the game, it's like, oh, the game is so good and shit. Like, yeah, that's what fucking happens. My God. Fuck. Anyway. The characters are fine. I do like the setting. I feel like a prequel is where the story like, not the story, but like where I think we needed it most. Like, what we needed most out of the franchise, since they went in a really weird direction. Like, they said, oh, Doom 2016 is a sequel to Doom 64, which is fine. I like how they're not just going, oh, reboot and shit. That's fine. And they had a lot of lore that was kind of hidden in a lot of, like, codex entries, especially in Doom Eternal, where they just drop shit on you and they expect you to have known about it. It's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? But yeah, it's just they made it. It's just kind of there. It's just kind of there. All the lore, it's just kind of there. And I think a game based around that lore is very, very cool. It's a very, very cool thing to have within the story. So I like the setting. The plot is whatever. The plot is actually whatever. The characters are whatever. They are there so they can move forward. So the plot can, like, move forward. The plot is essentially Azrak is teaming up with the Chaos Dimension or whatever the fuck. Or, like, I forgot what it's called. Was it? No. It was, was it I don't think it was Chaos. The Chaos... Oh. Chaos... Is it Chaos? I don't think it's Chaos. Chaos Bear. Nope. That's not what it is. Doom the Dark Ages Baron. Cosmic, the cosmic realm, right. Cosmic, which they put in a bunch of like Lovecraftian stuff, which is cool. That's cool that they put in like Lovecraftian stuff in there. But yeah, the team of the cosmic dimension. They're looking for the Argent, like the heart of Argent, and that's like that's like that's like in the king's daughter or whatever. And you have to stop. You have to stop Azrael from doing that shit, and then you do. It's like that's really it. That's really it. Like there's not much of a story here. It's very much okay, but that's just not something you need for Doom. It just really, really, really isn't. It's not something you need for Doom. You don't need a fantastic storyline for Doom to work. All you need is a reason to beat the shit out of demons. And this game gives you plenty. So, yeah. The setting is very fun. Like I said, I think it's one of the big parts of the setting, which influences a lot of the weapons. And yeah, no. It's very cool. Like I said, very much something that we needed for like the franchise. Yeah, still very cool. I like the decision to not make it just like a direct prequel. I mean, it's gonna be a direct prequel, not like a direct prequel to to Doom 2016, where they don't just go, oh, this is how he got imprisoned in the sarcophagus and shit. Like no, no. This is it's just a story in those like thousands of years he's lived under Argentinur and fighting against like the hell and shit. Like that's cool. That's cool. Like there's enough story there to get us to Doom 2016 and not make it like, oh, it's a prequel. I like that a lot. It's just like a piece of this war against hell. Like I like that. So yeah. Man, no. There's not much more to say about Doom Dark Ages aside from it being like very, very good. Story's fine. Gameplay's very good aside from like Slayer stuff and like some, but it needs some tweaks to really like it needs a lot of tweaks to get in a really good place. And there is the bones. There is the structure. It's almost there to being one of the best Doom games to ever come out. It just needed more time, specifically for like the Atlan stuff, the maps, like some of the combat. I don't think there's any coming out from there, but I was originally gonna have a future section for the DLC. That's not the case, so I guess I'll talk about like just in general. I'll save it for the DLC actually. I'll talk about it now. I'm not gonna get the DLC until like fucking February. at this point. Not even fucking 2028. Actually. I don't know what to expect from like the next Doom game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a sequel or something for Doom Eternal. What I can say, it'll probably be a lot more, a lot smaller, a lot more like smaller scale than like the last two games, because it is just in a really bad spot right now. I wouldn't expect us to get a Doom game for a while. I feel like next they're gonna work on Quake, which is fun. I would love to see Quake come back, but I feel like that's where the next, like that's where we're gonna see it next. I feel that's what it's probably working on next. I think it's Quake. I don't think it's anything else. I think it's Quake. So what the fuck? 9 Inch Nails made the soundtrack for Quake? Huh. That's cool. Where's Quake 2? Where are they? Where are they? Sequels, here we go. Quake 2, Quake 4, Quake 4. Alright, 4 download after multiplayer, Quake 3 Arena. Let's go to Quake 2. Ah. And this hasn't been released anywhere else. Gotcha. It's 360 console exclusive, that's fine. What's the critical section? Silver? Favorite rule. Why have to? I mean, yeah, I feel like they're gonna make Quake 5. Is Quake Champions Quake 5? Full version was released on August 18th, 2022. Quake Champions. Is this Quake 5? Am I being a LARPer? Quake 2 storylines, Quake Champions, Arena Series. Oh, Arena Series, Quake 2. Oh, they're like different shit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're kind of different shit. So I'm guessing Quake Champions is Quake 5. Okay, so I guess they're working on Quake 6 as like a single player stuff, which is fine. I feel like that's fine. I feel like I would rather see Quake come back than another Doom game, especially since Quake can be made probably on like a smaller scale. I feel like they would have to make it a smaller scale than like a new Doom game. I feel like it needs something that's not just like, I mean, what was it working on? It was working on a lot. id projects. That's not it. id Software projects. Before layoffs. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. They were making a Perfect Dark. They were pitching a Perfect Dark, a new Perfect Dark. A John Wick inspired game called codenamed Fury, and a robot western. Multiplayer, as no one is or was there working on Quake. I would guess that they're not canceled. Yeah, I know. I don't think they could. I think Cyberwest from featuring robots. That these would be really cool to see. I feel like since Microsoft said they're gonna focus on Quake, I feel like they're gonna push for a new Quake. And I feel like they're gonna have to make it on a smaller scale than Quake, than like Doom. Obviously, I feel like Quake is one of those franchises you can make on a smaller scale. I also wouldn't mind seeing the Fury game. So I feel like that's like the next thing. It would be Fury or like a new Quake. But the fact that it is saying that they were working on these games, and like that's it. Like it feels like they're not going to be moving these forward unless they have a bigger staff. So I feel like Quake is their next big thing, even though they weren't working on it. So we're not gonna see it for a while. I don't think we're not gonna see it for a while, which is sad. It's really sad that we're not gonna see it for a while. Especially since like it looks like all their stuff was just in concept. It wasn't like actually being developed. But yeah, it looks like. But since Asha has said that they're gonna prioritize they're like Wolfenstein, they're gonna prioritize Doom, Quake, Halo, all that stuff. Like all like the big Xbox franchise. I feel like Quake is gonna be one of those games that is gonna work on next. So hopefully we'll see Quake down the line in the near future. But I don't know. Apparently, some of the developers have said that, like some of like the staff has said that they don't know if they're gonna recover from these layoffs, which I hope they do. I hope it just doesn't close down. That's gonna be a real shame if it ever gets closed down, since they make banger games, dude. They don't deserve to be shut down, man. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully we'll see them in the future. But right now, I should give Doom: The Dark Ages its rating, and it is an A tier game. Yes, A tier. Our first A tier in a while, actually. If you guys, you probably knew that. Say when I talked about it on the like in backlog, but yeah, it's an A tier, 8 out of 10. Very good. It has its problems though that it needs to be worked on. I don't feel like they are detriments, but I feel like games shouldn't be reviewed the same way as like movies. But like because games are gonna have some dog shit in them, anyways. So yeah, no. But yeah, like sometimes you gotta be a little bit I think you gotta be less harsh on games. Even though they cost more, which is weird to say. That's a weird thing to say, but yeah. I think sometimes it can be a lot more lenient on games than on movies because games have so much more going on behind the scenes to make them work. And movies are just the thing. That's just kind of the thing. You're just watching it. You're not playing through it. It's not millions of lines of code working to make sure that you have a good experience. It's just video. Pretty much. Like, movies are just kind of videos. So, like, yeah, I feel like that's what I feel like. I feel like games you have to be a little bit more lenient with and kind of understand why things are the way they are. But yeah, Doom: Dark Ages was very good. Hopefully it comes back for the next game. Hopefully it survives. But yeah. What did you guys think about Doom: The Dark Ages? Leave in the comments below. All of our socials on the description, where you can find early reviews from me, from me in my pages. I don't know what other stuff. Oh yeah, if you like the episode, like it or rate us on Spotify. Like it on YouTube, rate us on Spotify, and if you disliked it and dislike it, or give us a bad rating on Spotify. If you want to stay up to date with our episodes, if we ever do any more, you can subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Spotify. I also gotta give a big shout out. We have had a massive blow up on Spotify. I something I gotta say is that I saw. I saw like a lot like on Spotify, like at least on Spotify for creators. It's like zero views in like every single fucking episode. It's like, okay, bro, okay, fuck you, bro. But it actually updated, and now it updated, and now it's like 100 fucking views or plays every episode. We're at like 12,000 plays. We have grown in like the last 4 months. We have grown so much more than we did in like the last 5 years of me doing this shit. Like, it's insane. So thank you all. I have somehow cultivated a gigantic audience. Me uploading on a single thing. I think it's because there was so much in this shit in the backlog that it just kind of like I wouldn't say defaulted, but like it just kind of like, I don't know. Like people just watch them more. If I have more time, like I don't catch up, like watch it without being inundated with a lot of episodes all at once. So that's good. It's good that we got this audience. So welcome to more uploads if you're new. So yeah. If you want early reviews, you can go to my backlog, my serialized, and my letterbox, and my radio music. I don't post stuff on my radio music a lot. Because it's very few bands that we actively listen to. Like we actively I actively review. So not a lot of stuff there, but yeah, I do have that and other like Twitter and shit. So yeah, I think that's the outro. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.